or do something. So boycott is it stands alone. Boycott, and let's just end the sentence there. We already know that you're suggesting a good suggestion, so I think boycott will suffice. Altogether, until coffee prices drop to 2,001, all citizens should boycott. Okay, so I have my recommendation, but let's take a look at the Korean sentence one more time. 브랜드 커피 가격이 2,000원으로 내려갈 때까지 전 국민이 불매운동을 했으면 좋겠다는 의견. This is how I would translate the sentence. Here's a thought. Let's boycott famous coffee brands until its price drops to 2,000won or 2,001. So I'm just using a different expression. Here's a thought just means, 저에게 이런 생각이 있어요. Let's boycott famous coffee brands until its prices drop to 2,000won or 2,001. That means the same thing. Alright, so that wraps up Twitter writing, and we're going to move on to celebrity tweet. Now, celebrity tweet is, of course, where we take a look at a famous person's tweet and discuss how we can respond to their remark. But instead, today's guest, or guest of honor if you may, is not really a human, but it's the cobra that went missing at the Bronx Zoo in New York City. She tweeted, "A lot of you are asking for details of my capture. Basically, I was caught between the moon and New York City." Obviously, it's not the cobra that went MIA. By the way, her name is Mia, as in missing in action. Get it? Anyway, Mia went missing, and obviously it's not her tweeting, but it's one of the zookeepers, I presume. It's kind of for publicity's sake, and they did get a lot of wide mass media attention. Anyway, so she is saying that, oh, well, I was caught and you guys are curious about what happened to me. Basically, I was caught between somewhere moon and New York City. She's being very sarcastic and sly. Like, I was caught, but I'm not going to let you know. That's what it pretty much the subtext says. And how would you tweet back to this? My sibling worry a lot. It's good you go home safe without being hurt. 제 동생이 그쪽 걱정을 많이 했어요. 안 다치고 조심스럽게 집까지 오셔서 다행이에요. Of course, we went over earlier that it's nice to point out which sibling you're talking about, a brother or sister. But since you just said 동생 again, and I have no idea who your 동생 is, I'm just gonna write my younger sibling. 걱정을 했다. It's a past tense. So, my younger sibling worried. It already happened, right? My younger sibling worried a lot. 누구에 대해서? 그쪽에 대해서. So, about you. And period. It's good you go home safe without being hurt. Well, she already returned home, or Mia returned home. So you're going to say, it's good that you got home safe without being hurt. Now, it's not that this is wrong, but I just have a different recommendation that means the same thing. It's good you got home safe and sound. This means like in one piece without being hurt. So these two eventually mean the same thing, but it's just my recommendation. So altogether you have, my younger sibling worried a lot about you. It's good that you got home safe and sound. Now, I'm a little bit less concerned about the snake safety. I mean, I am concerned, but I was more appalled at the humor of this all. So this is what I would tweet. I don't mind this kind of humor. Keep up the good work. But do you ever plan to unveil your mask? And some of you guys are wondering, what in the world is she talking about? Well, a snake or a cobra at the Bronx Zoo in New York City is venomous, which means 독이 들어있다는 거죠. 독이 들어있는 코브라가 없어졌는데 없어지는 순간에 그 코브라가 트위터 어카운트를 만들었어요. But that makes absolutely no sense, right? A cobra can't sign on and make a Twitter or tweet on a regular basis. So of course there has to be someone behind the scenes, most likely human, writing this or tweeting on a regular basis. So my tweet is talking about that. Like, I don't mind this kind of humor. 이런 유머 감각은 괜찮은 것 같아요. 저랑 코드가 비슷하시네요. Keep up the good work. 계속 하셔도 될 것 같아요. But do you ever plan to unveil your mask? 근데 당신이 누군지 저에게 언제 가르쳐 주실 건가요? 또는 가르쳐 주실 plan이 있으신가요? 이런 뜻을 제가 적어봤습니다. So, in a nutshell, the cobra Mia went missing. Someone from the zoo presumably, created a Twitter account, and Mia now has 260,000 followers. And so it became a huge craze in New York City and all over the world. It's on weird news, odd news, and it's just fun to talk about, well, a snake's status. So are you guys getting this? Still a little bit concerned or confused? Well, Mia went missing. She was found. People are asking, where were you at? And the person behind the mask decided to say, well, I was found somewhere between Moon and the New York City Zoo. See, jokes, the more I explain, the more or less funny it gets, and I feel like I'm just digging my own grave deeper and deeper. But I just want you to understand that this was all intended to be good humor. No cobra or no venomous snake is on the loose in New York City. She was never there. So, of course, that wraps up our entire Celebrity Tweet and, of course, our Twitter writing program. You can watch this setting again on www.ebse.co.kr. I'll see you here next time.